Romans chapter 12. How do we become like Christ? The will of God is that we become like Christ. And the more we become like Christ, the more we'll be able to find the will of God. Many people ask me, Brother Zac, how can I find God's will? I'll tell you, the more you become like Christ, the more easier it will be to find God's will. Okay, second question, how do I become like Christ? Here it is, Romans 12, 1 and 2. First of all, give your body to God as a living sacrifice. That means every part of your body, not as a dead sacrifice. You see, that's the difference between Old Covenant and New Covenant. In the Old Covenant, every sacrifice was a dead one. You could not offer a live bullock to God. You could not offer a live lamb to God. It had to be killed. Every sacrifice in the Old Testament was a dead one. But now we are in the New Covenant and says we are to offer a living sacrifice. A living sacrifice means while I'm alive, I give my body to God. To kill this body and say, okay, now I'll never commit sin with my tongue, doesn't mean anything. It's when I'm alive and I have choices that I give my body to God. It's like I like that little prayer that I read somewhere. Maybe you heard it. It's a little humorous prayer. Well, Lord, for the last 6 hours, I've never gossiped. I've never spoken evil. I never hurt anybody with my tongue. I've never done anything wrong with my tongue, but now I'm getting out of bed and now I'll need a lot of help. You got it? See, when we are fast asleep, we don't hurt anybody. We're not speaking anything evil. It's when we are alive that I have to be a sacrifice. Every moment. A living sacrifice. I have to die there. When somebody speaks to me in some way, that's the moment for me to die and be a living sacrifice. In my body. When I'm tempted with my eyes, that's the time for me to die and be a living sacrifice. That's the first step. And then I have to give my mind. What's our goal? To become like Christ. I give my mind, verse 2, in my mind, I don't allow my mind to think like this world. Down here, I need to come up higher in my mind and think like God thinks. That's the meaning of being renewed in your mind. To look at things from God's viewpoint. That's the meaning of renewing our mind. To come up higher.